Yes, you read the title right. This video is quite frankly a bit of speculation as to something I have spotted when it comes to the DJI Mavic 3 and a leak of a video today which shows something that might possibly be nothing. Hopefully it's going to be nothing, but it could possibly have a similar trait to another DJI drone, of which could be a little bit of a problem. But let's explore that in more detail now. So the third installment of DJI's 3 releases that have been earmarked by the tech giant is due to be with us in the next few days. We already know that it's going to be the DJI Mavic 3. So for those of you that are really excited as to the launch of this new drone then, today must have been a bit of a treat for you. Now if you haven't seen already, sadly I cannot share the full video, but I have managed to obtain a bit of a snippet from Jasper of 27 Leaks. So thank you to Jasper for sharing this one. Now this is a video of a reviewer who seems to have their hands on the Mavic 3, and they seem to be testing it out in a variety of scenarios, and the full video was showing, I believe, it following a motorcycle, and it all looks incredibly impressive and exciting. And one thing to quickly mention is I actually speculated this could be the case over the past week or so. Now DJI have very recently launched a hell of a number of different builds of their DJI Fly app. It finally came to iOS, but we've had so many different builds for Android, and I actually did speculate, in fact many of you that have commented on my videos was aware that I did actually speculate as to whether this was to give functionality and improve features for the DJI Mavic 3. And by looking at this video, you can see that the DJI Mavic 3 does indeed, or will indeed, use the DJI Fly app. So yeah, that possibly answers a couple of questions as to why there has been so many builds recently of the Android version, for example. But many of you might not be too impressed, because I do know a great number of you already think that there is too many drones on the DJI Fly app format. But anyway, this is completely separate. Now, when it comes to the video, this guy, although I cannot speak much Mandarin, in fact, strike that, I cannot speak any Mandarin, this guy seems overly positive, and yeah, it looks like the DJI Mavic 3 is going to be an absolutely awesome drone. But let's get to the crunch of this video then, and let's talk about one little thing that I've actually spotted during this video. Now, as you can see, this drone is being flown in a variety of circumstances and places, and you can see that it is taken off from a car. Now there is some clips where we show the drone really high, and then of course you see some tracking shots or chase shots following a car. However, one thing I have noticed, and I do genuinely hope that this isn't actually an inherent fault with the drone, I do take into account this could be completely and utterly genuine, and if you look at the terrain, we might have a bit of sort of undulation, for example, and some peaks and troughs in the road, and height changes. However, if we look at that height indicator, you can see as we run the clip it is showing a negative amount. Now the reason why that might be significant is I have reported many times, and numerous of you guys as well who have got the DJI Air 2S have noticed that if you tend to fly up quite quickly then come back down, it will show that negative altitude. Now that of course is a major problem, because of course if you fly down and it's showing a negative, similarly if you shoot back up again, you could potentially break the height restrictions in your local country, and obviously that could mean you break in a potential law and regulation, and of course potentially causing yourself to be in a bit of bother. So yeah, I think that's quite interesting. Of course, I have to put it out there is absolutely no evidence to suggest that this is a fault with the drone, but given the fact that I've already had that experience, as many have, with the DJI Air 2S, and then I see this video where we're showing potentially a negative altitude of -10 meters. I mean, -10 meters is quite significant, that's quite a drop. And when we do look at the clip, it does look like it's relatively level. Of course, we don't know how far or how long the drone has been flying in that scenario, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. And let's just hope that this is just not a serious problem, and let's just hope that it's just a bit of an anomaly and I've got it completely wrong. Of course, when the drone actually comes out, we will see whether this little hunch of mine or this little observation actually does translate into being an actual real world problem. I certainly hope not, especially due to the high value of this drone, but I just thought it was pretty interesting. Now, the DJI Mavic 3 isn't something I'm going to be following on my channel. Now, I do have a good friend, Henrik, also from Tech Drone Media, and he has done a great number of videos, and he is quite closely aligned to Jasper Ellen's the serial DJI leak, so please do give him a follow and check out some of his videos. So yeah, you know, I'm fully appreciated that this video might get a lot of thumbs down, purely based on my speculation, but like I say, it's a genuine observation and just something for you guys to look out for. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you again soon.